Look at this dead fucking clown. I don't have to play as him anymore. We are done with the tooth. And we're moving on to, this school guy. Daniel Grimm.
I didn't know there were any juggalos in this one.
Turns out there is, yeah.
Whoop, whoop. He gives me more of a Korn vibe.
Actually, there he kind of looks more like the lead singer of Head PE.
No idea.
I know that one.
High five.
I'm a punk listener, not metal.
We have seen the cutscene up to this point so far. Because this game does something I really, really like, actually, where they start the intro of one character after the ending of another. They lead into each other organically.
Yeah, even though the stories are pretty much mutually exclusive, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going on to the next year's competition after the one that Sweet Tooth won and then died. Because this game takes place sequentially.
I'd sit up in that beat up truck of his every few days.
Or maybe it's not the next year's, but it is a later competition. Could be 10 years after Sweet Tooth died.
I kind of had a feeling it was almost like, cheesy as it sounds, almost like alternate realities, in a way. Like, that's what, like, Sweet Tooth's story is what could have happened. Here's also what could have happened.
Yeah, like the old storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did drive by Sweet Tooth's grave.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
That is canonically where Sweet Tooth is buried.
But I still hold my theory that it's the other Grimm brothers who were stupid and tried to enter the competition. Because they never mentioned it was Daniel in the final boss.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's the only way I can see this make sense, and I've probably spent more time on it than the creators did.
Well, the fact that you bothered to come up with any kind of theory shows that you spent more time on it than the creators did.
The world don't give a crap about you, so I figured.
I mean, there was some grand plan with this game. I can't unravel it. It doesn't make any sense in the finished storytelling, so whatever.
Yeah, and if they had any self-awareness, he would have died jumping over a huge shark tank. That would be great.
That would have been way too self-aware.
A little too on the nose, I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because this game never goes too on the nose.
It just makes me think of the bit from Death Stranding, where one of the characters goes, "Here, I brought you a metaphor," except in this case it's a dead father and some sharks.
And maybe then my life will turn out different.
I'm sure there's no way that can go wrong.
So here's Mr. Grimm's Devil's Bargain. We're gonna see what we can do to help him out. He actually seems like a more likable character than Sweet Tooth was, at least. Not hard to be more likable than a serial killer, but there you go.
Well, he hasn't killed anyone for shits and giggles yet.
He literally killed people for shits and giggles in that cutscene, but we weren't paying attention, apparently.
Didn't see it, didn't count.
Actually, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it was slightly off screen, so it doesn't count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I repainted all my goddamn vehicles.
Bling Tooth.
Gold Tooth is in this game from Twisted Metal Lost, because why not?
And people said that you couldn't polish a turd.
Truly. And I just showed off that we can have multiples of the same vehicle. You probably should do that with Sweet Tooth, because it's so damn good. But I'm going for variety.
Are we going to use the helicopter?
Oh yes. That will of course be the third one.
Ah, okay. Wow.
Can't pass up on the helicopter.
I was gonna make a joke about it being a news chopper, and you just beat me to the punch.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm impressed or disappointed.
They also missed an option there for, this biker dude. They could have had on the helicopter a crudely drawn extra line, so the 4 became an anarchist A.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Diesel City. Its best days are long behind.
Too clever for them. Oh well.
Actually reminds me of you, Mr. Grimm. But
The way the vehicle repainting works is every vehicle has its default look, and then a unique, different skin for it. And then you can slap a bunch of generic skins on top of each vehicle as well. There's like flames, there's
Trains?
the Union Jack. There should be trains. But the Union Jack is unlocked by default.
Past begins here.
You can dress up every car like it's from Britain, but the American flag you have to unlock by beating hard mode.
Kind of ironic that they're like, no, the one that symbolizes freedom is the one that we're taking away from you. You need to earn your freedom. It's not even DLC, so it can't cost you $1.05.
There would have been so much DLC in this game if it hadn't failed horribly.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. I just think of the DLC they released for The Last of Us, which was like 99% shitty cosmetics, and they would have had a field day with it.
Yep. But they have they've uncovered character models for like Spectre and what's the taxi cab?
One thing, when you mentioned the whole Britain thing, they should have had a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, could have done a whole Italian job then.
Yeah, a classic Mini Cooper. I don't like cars, but Mini Coopers are one of the few exceptions. You know, and you just make it like the Grasshopper, really shit and small, but fun.
Yeah. Anything to add more variety. We've got Kamikaze and Crimson Fury eventually. Those are identical vehicles. Basically, all the vehicles are either big or small, and that's the difference.
Juggernaut destroyed.
So the Juggernaut's weaker in this stage than usual, or...?
Extra health over
Nope. That is exactly the amount of damage the previous Juggernaut would have taken had we not one had killed it. But there are two Juggernauts here, is the thing.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, because it looked like it could destroy quicker than usual.
Yeah, Juggernaut, it's big and intimidating, and it does take a long time to kill, but if you really stick to it and hammer with everything you got, you'll be able to kill it before it spawns even a single vehicle. That's why they put two here, because you're gonna at least get one extra vehicle added to the combat.
Kind of a little bit confusing as well with Dark Side on the map.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
And you get the same enemies every time. The enemies are not random in this game, ever, so...
God forbid they do something interesting or unplanned.
Yeah, I mean, it gives a game a consistent experience. It's never a very good experience, but it's consistent.
It would be okay if they had really proper, you know, like skirmish mode. You just pick a map and, hey, go hog wild. Like a regular battle. And then put in randoms in that.
Juggernaut is about to spawn a new enemy.
Yeah, I think there is, like, single-player challenge mode things that are kind of vaguely similar to that. I don't know, I haven't bothered to investigate, because the single-player mode is so bad.
Yeah,
Like, this is literally just this is a mission we've done before, just with two Juggernauts.
Yeah, I
And a new map, at least.
traded my copy in ages ago, years and years ago, and I was kind of interested in checking out and seeing how much it was going for these days. And like, I got a copy for about £3 or £4, so it's about $5 or so, and it's regularly going for about 15 to 20, and I'm like, who would do that? Like, the game is crippled. You cannot play it properly because the servers were taken down. And God forbid you actually want to play it by yourself or with friends. You won't have them for long.
That's why you have kids.
No, I'm pretty much banned from procreating.
Captive audience.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's termed child abuse.
Hey, my son enjoys the 3D Sonic games. I can't hurt him more than he hurts himself.
True. Self-harm is definitely something you should talk to him about.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit worried. He's really into Sonic and I'm like, oh dear, what have I raised?
No, I was online during the 2000s. I know where that goes. It's dark.
Yeah, so I've tried steering him into a better place, like playing Payday 2 with him. Doing wholesome stuff.
Some of the 3D Sonics are better than this game.
I'm not even touching that one. But at least he'll know the value of a working drill when he's older.
I swapped out Gold Tooth for Road Boat, which is a car we've never used before, but we've been attacked by it plenty, so we basically know what it does. Grabs people with a magnet that's attached to the front, and slams them into things.
Am I blind, or was this the theme of this vehicle? Is it just trash heap on wheels, or...?
Yeah, it's roadkill, but they called it Road Boat. That's it.
Okay, so it's a stock car more.
Yeah, I guess. Like, it's the same gimmick as Roadkill, but it's even got a similar name. I don't know. It's a terrible vehicle.
I vaguely remember it going a bit wacko when you used the special on Darkside.
I do that later in the video, so we'll see.
Yeah, it might have just been the game, because pretty much the one and only time I used them. I used it on Darkside, and it started clipping through the floor. And like the back wheels were just sort of like spinning in air. Bizarre.
What the hell was Junkyard Dog doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Junkyard Dog was just having a dance party next to me instead of attacking me.
He was doing his best.
Yeah, it felt like the Cars movies. No, I sincerely thought you stayed still there to show how, his AI was screwing up. Because, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to attack this thing. I was just lucky that Junkyard Dog didn't feel like hurting me. There we go. Knock these radio towers down, you make a bridge. It's fun.
Yay.
That's a thing from Twisted Metal Head On.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I was like, I really hope that blows up, because otherwise that's a big waste of a propane tank.
It did take a lot more to blow up than I would have expected, though.
Yeah.
I had to dump my payload into it many times.
Yeah, one good salvo from your machine guns, you would have thought, okay, well, fair enough.
Yeah, totally. In previous Twisted Metal games, I would have done it, but not in this one. And as if we weren't just completely ripping off the first video of this LP once again, we're playing Dragula.
A song that has never featured in Twisted Metal before.
Yep, truly.
I'm probably going to say that every time it crops up, which is going to be like every second video.
Well, they are betting on us having no attention span. Or like me, not recognizing the actual songs. Because, as I mentioned, not metal guy.
I'm going to say one way or another, they're probably correct.
Yeah. I mean, if they had put in Clawfinger, which is like the one thing, or Fire Lake, two theme bands I actually listen to that comes into that genre, yeah, I would recognize, but...
When I Grow Up would have been a good fit for that.
Yeah.
I think there are 15 licensed tracks that they cycle through during the levels. Yeah, there's the thing you're talking about.
Yeah. Now, I think what had happened was it was almost like Darkside was pulling the car through the floor. So the back wheels were up in the air spinning like crazy and I couldn't move.
Yeah, I guarantee there are glitches that will happen if you do that in the right circumstances.
Yeah, it was literally the only time I ever used was it Roadkill or Road Boat? I forget.
Yeah, this one's Road Boat.
Yeah.
Boat, yeah. It's the only time I ever used it because I was like, nah, no one tried playtesting this at all. Like, QA is something that happens to other games.
I'm thinking that this vehicle is probably, if you were, to consider this game where with strategy and all that, the best vehicle to use against Warthog. As long as it's just not one-on-one, since Warthog's weak point is, at the bottom of his vehicle. Really big one.
Yeah, and I think you can use your machine gun on enemies while they are grabbed. But I didn't do too much research with it.
Yeah, but his bottom is turned outwards if it's the same as Darkside there. And I'm more thinking if there's otherwise, because you're using him as a shield with his weak point out.
I'm pretty sure you'd grab him by the weak point.
There's investigating.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and try that? Play more game.
Oh yeah, I'm probably never going to drive Road Boat again. Although it does have a really cool alternate costume. Because I can't think of the correct word. Alternate paint job. We'll see that in a later video. Because I guess I'm doing that throughout this LP. Not just showing off the vehicles, showing off all their different looks.
They never even animated it leaving the garage.
Oh yeah, and you should try parking this thing in a garage. You have to crash it. It's a disaster.
I actually remember not being completely horrible at this because of GTA... No, wait. No. Yeah, GTA 3. The flying mechanics in that was so bad. San Andreas. That... I've been okay with all other bad flying mechanics since, because at least it's not San Andreas.
They were really bad in 4 as well, if I remember right. But then again, everything in 4 was bad, so...
Yep, this is definitely a different experience from playing any other vehicle.
Different does not necessarily mean good.
It rarely means good. But we saw its main special. Here's the alternate special. There we go. Take Junkyard Dog as high as we can. Drop him to his death.
Is that an one-hit kill, or was he as damage enough?
He was
a
very
pretty
low health
by the looks of things.
Oh, okay.
Dropping him from the very, very top of the map, it does 60 damage.
Oh, I thought this was the hearse. Oh.
Nope.
I was just thinking, like, Ghostbusters are gonna sue someone.
Shadow is in this game. You don't unlock it until, like, halfway through the 3rd campaign. Don't know why. But we got a fake Shadow because every vehicle in this game is repeated many times.
Except Reaper.
Except Reaper. Reaper is extremely unique, yeah. And Talon, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think that they would have put in one of those ATVs they had a million of earlier. Just as a cheap Reaper knockoff.
Yep. Then they would have had to name it. They don't like coming up with names.
I don't know, just name it the Hickmobile and they are all set.
But speaking of Reaper, taking Reaper back out. It's been in timeout for long enough.
I'm gonna say, in fairness, it is his vehicle, so gonna allow it.
Yeah, I had to. Plus he's in the 3rd spot, so...
I guess, by the way, they mentioned Diesel City, that it was Detroit. I didn't actually see if they
Welcome to the grindhouse.
said it out loud. The last map.
Lots of enemies in a really tiny space. Oh, you're going to love this, Mr. Grimm.
Very compact, very bijou.
Don't care where they die, Calypso. Just as long as they do.
I gotta try really hard to make Mr. Grimm as shitty as Sweet Tooth was. But they're working on it.
And yet they still haven't gotten anywhere near it. That's impressive.
Yeah. It's a high bar to clear. He's legendarily shitty. Oh, we just got a brand new weapon that we've never seen before right there. I didn't even realize it myself at this point in the level. But we'll show that off later. It is a sniper rifle.
That seems impractical.
It's something.
Seriously,
Like, wildly impractical.
yeah. I just get really, really disappointed in how they spent all this time on the sidearms. They could have just done anything more interesting stuff than sidearms in a goddamn Crystal Metal game.
But remember that previously they hyped up the whole synergy of weapons thing in Twisted Metal Black. And then they were like, oh no, and we're going to be like taking it up to 11 in this one. And it was like, are you though?
There's Meatwagon's ridiculously edgy special. Launches patients on gurneys that explode.
Special weapon back
Let me guess, they're all mental patients.
You know, there's no lore in this game, thankfully, so they don't talk about it, but you can extrapolate as you like.
And if you just look over on the left, you'll see Quentin Tarantino looking at some woman's feet. I mean, the stage is called Grindhouse. We were all thinking it.
Oh yeah, that's true. And this, we've been to this area before, obviously. Most people probably recognize it.
Yeah, it's a suburb.
It is a cordoned off portion of the suburbs level. Yeah. So this game only has 8 levels, and they're ridiculously huge, so they make different levels out of the other levels.
And I mean, I could actually excuse that, because yeah, they are large enough. I could excuse that if they did it better, pretty much.
I mean, I think it's actually done relatively well.
Yeah. See, I would allow it if you were able to, like in other game modes or maps, you were able to like go through the maps at will, rather than not.
Yeah, like if they were all 8 of the maps were truly attached to one another.
Yeah. Like if there was just one huge map, or
That's the idea that they were working on, but they didn't get there. Because if you'll recall, Twisted Metal Lost was supposed to be a single large open map that you would explore different sections of throughout the game. This is the best they could pull off even on a PS3. By the way, sniper rifle, one-hit kill Dark Side, because you snipe the driver.
so you have to charge it up, or
You have to maintain a lock-on with the car. Like your gunner has the red targeting beam, and you keep that on the enemy for long enough, the bar fills up on its own, and then you hit the fire button and you headshot the driver. Instant death for the vehicle.
Does it work with Juggernaut?
I never tried. The sniper rifle is not in any levels that Juggernaut is in.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
imagine it would be pretty useful with Talon.
Yes, with Talon, you get to basically cheat. Although there are some limitations about using it when you are higher or lower than your opponent, but you can still take advantage of it with Talon.
Yeah.
Also, we sniped the driver, and then the driver got out of the flaming wreckage, and we also ran her over because she was running away.
It could have been the co-pilot.
Nope, it was the driver, because the driver gives you health when you run her over. The gunners give you weapons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we killed her twice.
Thing is, the idea of the sniper is not bad either, because it actually provides some illusion of a balance in a game otherwise pretty, heavily favored towards the heavier stuff, except Reaper. The bulky vehicles are generally better. So that actually provides, because you're not going to snipe the Reaper driver. That's nice.
Something's going wrong there.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to snipe the Reaper driver because he's going to drive away from the lock-on easy. So it's kind of a balance.
Yeah.
If it were better implemented as usual.
Yeah, they keep it under lock and key on normal difficulty. On higher difficulties, sniper rifles are everywhere. Also, the enemies, they can use the sniper rifle in normal, but they will not ever get a full charge and headshot you, the driver. On twisted difficulty, they will headshot you constantly.
Yeah. That's why I used Reaper.
Yep.
Yeah, can't headshot you if they can't catch you.
Exactly.
That was my first experience playing twisted difficulty. I just loaded in. 10 seconds later, I had a laser beam on me and I got headshot. My car immediately exploded and I never played Twisted again.
Also doubles up as the definitive Call of Duty experience.
True enough.
Except there wasn't some 12-year-old making inappropriate comments about your mother and your dog. One would hope.
Yep.
People keep complaining about the Call of Duty crowd, but I remember the Counter-Strike 1.5 crowd.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, those people were monsters.
But so very creative with their slurs.
Or the Dota 1 or 2, take your pick crowd. Like,
Never played Dota. I was always more into League of Legends, but then I stopped playing because I remembered I didn't hate myself that much.
That's actually one of my personal biggest casualties of this whole Corona thing. Yeah, I know it's extremely first world problem, but this year's international is supposed to be in Sweden, and I'm going to miss it. I've saved up so much money for this because it's so fucking expensive. International is the biggest Dota 2 tournament and the biggest esport tournament in the world, and it's finally coming to Europe, to Sweden, and yeah, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they should still have it, because, yeah, that's stupid. I'm more pissed at the general situation.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, the chainsaw's surprisingly hard to use. It has a little bit of homing, but the delay on firing it makes it rather skill-based.
Wasn't it much more homing in some of the other games?
In Twisted Metal 2 it was not at all, it was just straightforward.
Yeah, most Mr. Grimm specials have literally no homing at all. So they're actually being a little bit generous by giving the chainsaw even the tiniest bit of homing.
I don't remember, is the Spectre in this game?
Nope, Spectre was going to be DLC, but never got released.
Yeah, because I don't remember having nightmares about his special in this game, so...
Well, you should have, because they gave it to Sweet Tooth.
Health awarded.
But it's not the map-wide thing in this.
Sweet Tooth's default special is a rocket that travels through walls and will hit you from any distance.
But can it lock on from any distance?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I actually don't remember it was that. I usually mostly use the robot form.
Yeah, most people do. It's more fun.
See, I'm just having horrible flashbacks to Perfect Dark.
XR20.
That one sniper rifle.
Yeah, Farsight XR20.
Yeah, and one of the guys that I hung out with at the time would just use that exclusively.
Yeah, we all had shitty friends like that.
Yep, Dwayne, you're a prick.
So yeah, next time we'll see another new map. It'll be a amusement park. That should be fun.
Joyful.
And it'll be another cage match. That's how we'll be kicking things off.
Significantly less so.